This is Shahid Buttar, and we're at McPherson Square in Washington, D.C., and we have with us Layla Yagi, and with pictures of her son who was just sentenced to 32 years, and Samuel Arian, who is in house arrest after and would you like to have your continue?
Also, Omar, his friend,
Omar Hassan.
Solitary confinement for lockdown, 23 hours a day, and 15 years in jail.
And Shahid is going to rap about
the FBI.
The FBI. Okay.
So this is for all the victims of preemptive prosecution and thought crimes, as well as a shout out to all the Occupy sites. So it's the FBI versus the Constitution. We the people are the ones the Bureau has been abusing. Inside activist groups and churches they be cruising on civil rights and national security confusion. Back in the day, during World War I, the FBI versus free speech held the gun. Hard fought constitutional rights on the run. The Palmer Raid's the first, but not the only one. Fast forward 40 years to the real Red Scare. McCarthy did a number, but the FBI was there. They were everywhere. They knew what you wore to bed. They prosecuted people for the thoughts in our heads. They tried to drive MLK to suicide. No one knows the whole story about how Brother Malcolm died. Fred Hampton killed in his own house inside. They even bombed Earth activist Judy Barry's car and lied. And those lies went all the way up the chain of command. The FBI lies to judges when on the stand. The director, the head honcho, the man claims his lies were unplanned and that he didn't understand that it's the FBI versus the Constitution. We the people are the ones the Bureau has been abusing. Inside activist groups and churches they be cruising on civil rights and national security confusion, raiding the homes of peaceful activists, setting in motion predictable plot twists, arresting democracy to bind her wrists. This miseducation of a gullible nation shows the ruination of our country's creation. You can say be patient, but the Bill of Rights hastens to fall to pieces before our very eyes. Do everything you're told till you realize our rights got sold. Beware the 05. Into any group goes the FBI's eyes. Intelligence about legal behavior, the prize. Panopticon, Stasi, informants every size, shape, and color. You're being watched by Big Brother right now. Every email, every call. Before national security, the Constitution falls. The Bureau's probably got informants walking these halls. It's the FBI versus the Constitution. We the people are the ones the Bureau's been abusing. Inside activist groups and churches they be cruising on civil rights and national security confusion. Demands for private information misused. Gagging recipients. A First Amendment views attached to the Patriot Act national ruse. First, we lose the privacy that enables speech. Then we let our government expand its reach into our bank accounts, medical records, teachers' feedback, your ISP, browsing history, mental seed bank, the library down the street if it's still open. The Bureau threatens democracy. I'm not joking. Our rights are in the scope. We are all on the rope. Poke at 3 letters. NGI. It stands for the next generation for the FBI. Facilitating mass deportation by ICE. Yet we citizens pay an equal price. Less demand for housing, less tax revenue, crops rotting on the vine. What else do? We take the local cops' arrest data, we give it to the feds, but take a look at what the FBI itself said. If we start with immigrants, that'll give the plan cred. That led beyond mass deportation. Instead, the Bureau has a file, a price on your head, your fingerprints, your iris patterns, your voice. This is a national ID imposed without choice. There is blood on our Constitution, but it's still moist. It's the FBI versus we, the people. Don't stoop, don't grovel to no government steeple. We can make any agency make a new choice if we build a movement and we each raise our voice. If we each raise our voice, if we each raise our voice, we can force a different choice. When I say civil, you say rights. Try it. Civil, right. Civil, rights. When I say constitutional, you say rights. Constitutional, right. Constitutional, right. When I say individual, you say rights. Individual, right. Individual, right. Are the one thing we have that brings us together as Americans, regardless of our face or our place or our faith or our ideology. It is the thing that makes us American. It's the things we must mobilize to defend. Raise your voice, y'all.
Yeah!
Good job.
That was awesome.
Wow.
You should connect with these folks. These are a bunch of people whose families have been impacted by these FBI entrapment operations, and mouths of activists around the country raising awareness. Love to. Thanks for coming over, y'all. Good to see you again. Thanks for coming to the event.